One of the issues which has been facing the whole of Scotland over the last, well, for most of my life, I suspect, but focused with the referendum vote coming up at the end of next month, is what is a Scottish identity? And we can have all sorts of conversations about that. But one of the ones put to me regularly when I'm out and about in the diocese is, what's the identity of the Scottish Episcopal Church? And how come you're a bishop? We don't have bishops in Scotland. And so those questions which keep rattling around are also questions for the inside of our church as well, because people come to the Scottish Episcopal Church for a whole host of reasons. I remember as a child going into the cathedral in Aberdeen and being enveloped by colour and music, by movement. It was an exciting place to be, and that was to do with the liturgy. And I know that many people come to join with our congregations because there's a sense of excitement in our worship. The danger we have is that we try and focus so much on who we are by telling people who we're not. We're not this and we're not that. What's far more important is to tell people who we are. We are a church which territorially covers the whole of Scotland. We're a church which has, in a way, always been here. We've had our difficulties, but really what we're looking at doing is enabling a church to be there in the communities to serve those communities. It's Scottishness, it has a history. It's Scottishness, it has a liturgy which is unique to us, liturgy being the way we do church. Scottishness, well, special occasions, I suppose. If you want to go to the twee end, I'll have my kilt on. But more importantly, it's something rooted in the place. So if you're in Glasgow, then you would go to a church and expect to hear something of that community. And if you're in the Highlands, then you would expect a church which reflects what goes on around. Just last week I was in Assynt, at the old parish church there, talking and singing and, I have to say, doing a bit of dancing, which reflected the culture and heritage that we are. So what is it like to be a member of the Scottish Episcopal Church? Well, it's Scottish. It doesn't mean to say that we wave banners. It doesn't mean to say that we spend all our time broadcasting our Scottishness. That's just who we are. It's not something we've adopted. It's something that's always been there. And of course, the unique and wonderful thing about any country's heritage is that if we're an open country, as we hope to be an open church, then as Scotland welcomes people from all over the world, then that's what we have done. We have people from all over the world worshipping with us. They see themselves as part of the Scottish Episcopal Church, not because they're Scottish, but because it's a church in Scotland which is welcoming and open to them. It's an absolute joy to spend time speaking to people of very different cultures who simply want us to listen to who they are and maybe just to assimilate something of their background into our own way of doing things. So, our Scottish culture, important to us. Being in Scotland, that's just where we are. Our identity, a church which recognises its history, but actually wants to spend most of its time bringing people to Christ through the way we worship, through the way we welcome, and through the way we just simply offer the love that Christ offered us.